more than just big words. It's an intentional attempt to speak about your skill sets at a higher level, that speak to your skill set in a way that will make employers take notice, and to speak to your skill set that eliminates any diminishing of the good work that you do day in and day out at work. I'm Ashley. I'm the lead mentor with Mentor Me, and I want you to know to make more money and have more impact in your career, you're going to need more than just big words. You're going to need more than a resume review or updating your LinkedIn. You're going to need real strategy to help you elevate your career. And that strategy starts with skill articulation. I just went live yesterday with one of my mentees who secured a $75,000 salary increase using strategies she learned in my Mentor Me Accelerator program. And throughout all the things that she learned in the program, she said that one of the most important things that she learned that helped her more than double her salary and secure a $75,000 salary increase was the strategies I teach around skill articulation. Being able to elevate the way she talks about her work, elevate the way she talks about the outcomes she drives in her work, elevate the way that she articulates the value and outcomes of her expertise, transform the way that employers saw her as a professional. And if that's what you're looking for too, if you're looking to move up in your current organization, if you're looking to move out and transition to a different industry, you need to be able to speak to the value of your expertise at a higher level than you're doing right now. And yes, certainly there are other things, other skills, other pieces of knowledge that you'll need, but first and foremost, you're gonna need skill articulation. And this idea of skill articulation is one that will not only help you elevate in your career, make more money, have more impact, but it'll also help you feel more confident about what you're good at. So many professional women don't feel confident and don't feel valued in their work. They don't know how to talk about what they do in any impactful way. They don't know how their work that they do every day is tied to organizational outcomes. And that's a big miss for them, right? When you learn about skill articulation, you're also able to learn how to speak to the value of the outcomes you drive that are aligned with the outcomes that the organization wants in its highest paid and highest valued employees. And actually, I'm hosting what's called a skill articulation lab. This is going to be an opportunity for you to learn how to speak to the value of what you bring to work in a lab style format. It's an opportunity for us to sit down and go through your skill sets, go through every job you've had, go through your resume, and really help you elevate the way that you talk about the work that you've done so that you can seek higher level roles. And so if that sounds like something you would benefit from, if you really struggle to talk about your work in a clear, concise, and confident manner, and you need support in doing that in a more intentional way, then I invite you to come to the Skill Articulation Lab. And the lab is really going to be helpful because I think that when it comes to skill articulation, a lot of people are like, oh, I can just use a thesaurus, right? Like I can just come up with, fancy words on my own. But the truth is that skill articulation is more than just big words. It's more than just fancy language. It's more than just a thesaurus, to use a better word than you're using. Skill articulation is about identifying how to elevate the way that you talk about your work and connect your work with outcomes that are aligned with organizational values, right? And simply, there is no one better at helping professional women translate that skill than I am, right? When my mentee came on live with me and talked about her $75,000 salary increase, she talked about before working with me, she felt really stuck in her career. She felt like, I've been working for the same organization for most of my career. Like, I'm a Jill of all trades. This organization has me doing a little bit of everything, and I'm not sure how to talk about or differentiate my work in a competitive marketplace, right? There's a lot of competition for jobs right now. Unemployment is at record lows, which means that, lots of people are staying in jobs longer than they typically would. We've got baby boomers who are staying in jobs longer, so there are less job opportunities out here, which means that if you're searching for a job right now, you have a lot of competition. And so instead of just kind of tweaking your resume again and again and again and spending hours at a time scrolling on LinkedIn, you really have to be targeted in the way that you talk about your work, and you have to make sure that the way you talk about it is aligned with the jobs that you're seeking. And in the Skill Articulation Lab, what we'll do is really spend some time thinking through, what have you done over the course of your career? What have you done well? What skills, what knowledge, what expertise, what programs, what projects have you driven in your work, and how can we articulate the impact of that work? And for a lot of women, I just want to share that sometimes you feel like your work isn't impactful, like you're not driving results, like you're not doing anything that's worth talking about. And that's simply not true. I have never met a professional woman who I worked with who didn't add value to their organization. You might not be recognizing all of the value that you're adding. You might not be connecting the work that you do with organizational values, but that's my job. At the lab, we'll work through any roadblocks you have about, is my work valuable? Am I doing anything that's meaningful? Can I find and secure jobs in my current industry or in a new industry without going back to school? We'll work through answers to those pressing questions and help you think through how you can elevate your skills in a way that's actually going to make employers take notice. And not only is this helpful for job seekers, but maybe you're in a job that you really enjoy, but you're just not being paid enough. You're not making the kind of money you want to make. You want to earn more money. You want to have more impact. You want to seek out promotion. This is a great workshop for folks who are seeking a promotion and really want to secure a $20,000, $30,000 salary increase in their current organization. But maybe your organization doesn't value you. They're just seeing you as a person who can get it done, but they're not really seeing you as a person who is a thought leader, who's driving change, who's driving impact. The Skill Articulation Lab will help you position yourself like that and help you prepare to ask for a raise in a meaningful way. And it's a great way to get access to expert level career training at an affordable price. If you've been following me for weeks or months, maybe even years, and you've always wanted to work with me, but maybe weren't sure if you were right for one of my larger scale programs, the Mentor Me Skill Articulation Lab is a great foray into mentorship with me, because it's an opportunity for you to get access to me, get access to my insight, get direct feedback on your skill articulation in a lab setting where we'll be working together for multiple hours and to really elevate your career at an affordable price. I do love hosting it because and I was talking to my mentee yesterday. She was saying that, skill articulation and value exercises really aren't sexy, right? When I get on, the internet and I talk about career development, most people want to hear me talk about how I help women make more money and have more impact. They want me to talk about the sexy topics like, cover letter strategy and LinkedIn strategy and negotiation strategy. Like, those things are sexy. That's the, she got the job, she got the job, she got the job. 30, 40, 50, $75,000 salary increase. That's the stuff people want to hear me talk about. And so that's the thing that I talk about the most. But the skills, right? These finite skills that you can learn, it's going to help you elevate your career. It maybe not be as sexy or flashy, but it is transformative. And so if you want transformative career coaching, then you do not want to miss this lab. It's that good. It's that intentional. It's going to drive results for your career, and it's going to help you. At the end of the lab, we'll be talking about, now that I know what I'm good at, now that I know how to articulate what I'm good at a higher level, how do I use what I know to elevate my career? So we'll be talking about how to build out a roadmap for making more money and having more impact once you've improved your skill articulation in the lab. Because I want women to have that real transformation, but this is one of those workshops that is really transformative if you show up and you commit to doing the work. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the lab. Bye.